Welcome back to Speak for Yourself from the Crib. Jason Whitlock, Marcellus Wiley. Happy Thursday afternoon. All right, let's get out to LeVar Arrington's crib in Pasadena. All right, and let's move to our big story of the day, brought to you by KFC and their $20 fill-ups. You can order it online at KFC.com. All right, Rex Ryan taking some more heat from players around the league and critics, and Geno Smith in particular. Rex said that he'd love to see Bill Belichick try to win all those Super Bowls and playoff games with Geno Smith at quarterback. Geno Smith took offense to this. Gonna ask you, Marcellus, now this is the second time Rex has been in the news of late, taking shots at current NFL players. You got a problem with Rex Ryan here throwing Geno under the bus?
Not really. I mean, a baby problem of Rex Ryan finding his lane. It seems like he's found his voice, which is just to go and out anybody that makes him look and sound better. And he tried to do that with Amari Cooper, and I think that wasn't a proper fight. That wasn't the right weight class. So he slid down a couple of tiers and left those Pro Bowl wide receivers, highly paid players out of it, and found what he wanted, which is Geno Smith, who, let's be real, doesn't have much of an argument against Rex Ryan in terms of his production and how he played. And Geno, don't take this to heart, big dog, because I don't either. Whenever someone says your name and how that rings in terms of your career, you had a large part in how that sounds. So if someone says Marcellus Wiley, and then I'm like, what are you doing? Taking a shot at me? And I'm like, oh, I got to go back to the mirror and look and say, how good was I? Was I great? Was I kind of good? Was I all right? And if you're Geno Smith, look, you're better than 99% of the people walking this planet, even as a backup quarterback in the league, making millions of dollars. Yet and still, in the relative world of sports and football, Geno Smith is a target. And Geno Smith will continue to be a target unless he gets himself in a starting lineup and gets on that field and puts up numbers. It's just reality.
No, I don't like that. I have an issue with it because your head coach is supposed to be, especially as a quarterback, the relationship is supposed to be that of a trusting relationship, even if it's after the fact. You know, what if Geno Smith started doing interviews and said, man, imagine trying to win with Rex Ryan as your head coach. Good luck with that. When you look at Geno Smith, I know we could say he's a part of what it is that the picture that was painted in terms of production and success. But let's be real here. Geno Smith was a much more coveted prospect coming into the NFL than Tom Brady was. Geno Smith had an amazing college football career. One could sit there and say, if Geno Smith had better development like a Tom Brady did, then he would have been most likely in a conversation different than the one he is now. Imagine if Tom Brady was drafted by Rex Ryan in New York for the Jets. Are we talking about Tom Brady? Do we know who Tom Brady is? Is Tom Brady a household name and the GOAT of all time playing football? So I have an issue with it because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you're going to sit there and take like unnecessary shots at somebody that was your player, then you had better be accountable for the role that you played and his shortcomings as a professional.
LeVar, I've got to ask this question. I'm just sorry. You do know we're in April. It's not Christmas. The Christmas lights, that champagne room you're doing this from, what the hell is going on at the Arrington household? Y'all didn't take the Christmas lights down yet or what?
Well, we're from Annapolis.
Ghetto.
We came from Annapolis, so when it's not ghetto, it's actually upper crust society. When you live near the water, you generally have lights like this hanging around different windows that overlook the water. So it's just kind of like creating a feeling of back in
you
Annapolis.
in Pasadena, you ain't looking at no water.
No, we're inland, but we can at least drink.
Let me say this about
we can dream.
Let me say this about Rex Ryan. All the way back to Marcellus's comment. Rex is finding his voice. Rex is finding his voice as a broadcaster. He's going to be outspoken. He wants to be the Charles Barkley of football. This is like last year at some point, people were criticizing Paul Pierce because he kept saying things that they thought were outlandish. And I was like, hey, man, at least we're talking about Paul Pierce. And, you know, at least he's saying something that's getting our attention. And I don't think what Rex Ryan has said here is so far-fetched and outside beyond the pale, or it's not a personal shot like his turd comment about Amari Cooper. This is just Rex to me, and I applaud him, because too many times we'll see a coach get on TV and they're always thinking about, oh, I want to get back into the NFL. I want to make sure I don't offend anybody. I don't want any player or any coach to have a problem with me. To me, this is an indication Rex is fully committed to being a broadcaster, and I applaud that, and his employer should applaud that. I don't think we have time to move to another topic, so Marcel, you got to follow up on Rex Ryan. Have at it.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm a former player myself, but damn, we need to put our egos in check if someone can't call you sorry because you were sorry. Like, you've thrown more interceptions than touchdowns. You threw 57% completion percentage. Guess what? Those are sorry numbers. It's okay, big dog. Like, you want him to go up there and talk glowingly about Geno Smith? Who will look at Rex Ryan the same if he went up there and talked great about him? So I think this is really just a checkup for anybody in any walk of life. When we're talking about the act, not the actor, we're talking about your production. Can you please not wrap your identity into what you produce? Because who you are is not exactly how you are. And how were you as a starting quarterback? Not that good. But who you are as Geno Smith is amazing. But damn, everybody always think they are the football. So if you don't say great things about me, despite me being sorry, then something's wrong with you. I looked in the mirror. I had great years and I had sorry years. And I'm fine with both. If you can't do that, then it ain't on Rex Ryan, bro. It's on you.
It's all fun and good. It makes sense as if that was the sole reason as to why Rex Ryan made that statement. But if you look at the entirety of the statement, Rex was saying that Tom Brady was more the reason why New England won versus the coach and Bill Belichick. So you're taking a shot at Bill Belichick and you're taking a shot at Geno Smith. And you're taking a shot at Geno Smith for the simple fact that you're trying to exonerate yourself from any culpability or liabilities connected to Geno Smith's failure as an NFL quarterback. I don't like that. If you're just saying he's sorry and it's just the merits of he was sorry, that's fine. But he was doing that to say, hey, if I had Tom Brady, I'd be Bill Belichick too. No, you wouldn't, Rex. I'm glad you found your voice as a media personality. That's great. All right. I'm glad that you can sit there and say that Geno Smith was sorry as a quarterback and Tom Brady is the man. I appreciate all of that. But take some responsibility over your part in it. You were sorry as a coach if Geno Smith was sorry as a player, and that's probably why you're finding your voice as a media personality right now, sitting with me and my lights behind me doing TV. Bottom line.
LeVar,
That's
my
true.
grandmother, Mama Lovey, she had the same drapes as you. So feel good about that. All right, we got to go.
Yeah.
Uncle Jimmy is going to join us next. We'll have an approval rating on LeBron James. Speak for yourself from the crib. More after this. Welcome back to Speak for Yourself from the crib. Jason Whitlock, Marcellus Wiley. It is almost Friday. I can taste it. Let's go out to Uncle Jimmy's crib. Uncle Jimmy, you have a very serious look on your face. You're wearing military garb. Where are you going with this? We're doing an approval rating on LeBron James, who's put out a documentary, the I Promise documentary. I didn't like it. He showed the little kid crying and whining, and I just don't think it's a good look. Your thoughts?
First of all, let me say that I have no problem with what LeBron James is doing. Let me say that I have no problem with the documentary, okay? Because the fact is the struggle's real, okay? Now, I do question the timing of the release of this documentary, okay? Because right now, man, it's not just kids that's locked down, but everybody's locked down in the house, okay? And the temperature is starting to rise in the house. And I mean, man, I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. At this time right now, man, ain't nobody got no time for no crying ass little kid right now, okay? Now, if that hurts your feelings right now, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry that y'all done raised these soft-ass little kids right now.
But right now, we ain't got no time for no crying-ass little kids. Parents all over the world is looking their kids in the face saying, shut the hell up. I don't know what the hell's going on no more than you do. Hell, I've never been here before.
Bye, Jim. Oh, man, almost an even
Child
split
protection
on the
coming,
internet.
Jimmy.
When we see you next time,
down.
it's going to be Friday.